Alright guys, hello and welcome back to some more Tsukihime. Last time, probably, the next villain revealed. Um, don't know his name. It's probably the Serpent guy since they've been hyping him up, but maybe not, cause the guy might have some more mystic eyes of death perception, which is kind of crazy if that's true. Um, so that's a problem. Also, Xiao kind of revealed herself as part of the church organization. I forgot what they're called exactly, but yeah, with the black keys and stuff. Though not really revealed as she didn't come out and say it and talk to Shiki, but Shiki saw her, so um yeah, things are heating up. And it looks like Arcuit is also falling in love with Shiki, which is causing her to want his blood. So that's also kind of a problem. So yeah, let's just continue in chapter 8, Death. White. The color white summons an old memory. Something forgotten. Something I was supposed to forget. Something my father commanded me to forget. Oh? A hot summer day. Yeah, the flashback they keep showing. A blue sky and large columns of summer clouds. The wafting breeze and the droning voice of the cicadas. Higurashi? No, I mean, this is before Higurashi. The voice of the cicadas. Chirp, 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 chirp. So loud I want to die. Jeez. Yeah, I mean, they are kind of annoying, but cicada shells are lying in the clearing. As if the sun is right by my side, the clearing is roasting. A hot midsummer's day. As if the entire world became a frying pan. Wah ooh ooh wah. Crying, I think. Atia is crying. I think this is the exact scene we saw when they first showed the the flashback. Then like when they showed it after that, it was kind of like just at the death or whatever, the murder thing. Atia, who would always obediently stay close behind me, is brimming forth with tears. A child lies collapsed at her feet. His white shirt is painted red with blood, and he doesn't move at all. I'm looking down at that. My hands are red just like the child on the ground. No, that's not it. These hands are red with the blood of that child. Atia. The adults are coming. After seeing the sight, their expressions change rapidly. What in the... The adults take Atia away. The child lies there, dead. In the distant sky, the white clouds. I'm left alone, staring at the sky aimlessly. Did you kill him? The adults are yelling at me. They shout my name, the one who killed the child. Those two syllables shouting as if they went crazy. Just those two syllables. Those adults call me Shiki as my hands are stained in red. I feel like I just saw an old, familiar dream. I open my eyes. I'm in my room. After that, after losing consciousness by the mansion wall, it seems like I somehow made it back here. My thoughts aren't coming together. I remember the whirling events of last night. That man wrapped entirely in bandages, and how he could see lines just like me. I mean, quote unquote man, and obviously that was a vampire with the red eyes, right? After he was impaled by those swords, his body burst aflame, and with a sound that sounded like his dying curse, he ran off. Also, the fact that he survived the swords and catching on fire, you know? After that, I can only remember things vaguely. The figure on top of the streetlight, that figure that saved me, that seemed to resemble Xiao Senpai. Yeah, right. That can't be true. I finally wake up. Putting on my glasses, I get up in bed. The clock says it's past 8. Normally I would have long since eaten breakfast by now, but today is a school holiday. They did mention that, I think. Hisui isn't here. The figure of Hisui standing before the door like a shadow is nowhere to be seen. I'm sure she came here many times to wake me up, but I never did, so she probably went off to do other duties. I let out a deep breath. After I parted with Artwood last night, the events afterwards were beyond my comprehension. That bandaged man, and that figure that helped me, they're not just things I can understand, no matter how much I try. Whatever the case, I have to meet Artwood tonight. She has to be able to give me some answers. I'll talk to her about all these strange things, but for now I have to just return to my normal life or I'll go crazy. Alright, first things first. Time for breakfast. People can't do anything on an empty stomach after all. True. Shaking the sleep from my body, I go to the sitting room. On the second floor, east wing hallway, I see a dark uniform. It's probably Hisui. It seems like Hisui was leaving Akia's room. I guess we'll run into each other anyway, so I want her to give a greeting. Hey, Hisui. I call out to her. Hisui realizes I am here and quietly walks over to me. Good morning, Shiki-sama. Yeah, morning. Sorry for just waking up whenever I felt like it. I apologize as well. I should have been there when you awoke. Please forgive me. Hisui silently bows her head. Being apologized to like this after I left in the middle of the night and managing to get back to my room, I suddenly feel like the worst person in the world. There's no need to apologize. I didn't wake up at the usual time, so it's my fault. It's okay if you want to voice your complaints. Voice my complaints? Yeah. My friend always says I'm always a lazy bum, and he always tells me an occasional whack to my back is good to set me straight. Hisui stands there thinking silently as she stares at me. It's like that for about a minute. She doesn't even blink, but just stares at me. I knew forcing Hisui to do an ordinary thing would be impossible. Don't worry about, just forget it. More importantly, I'm kinda hungry. Is breakfast ready? Nissan went outside. Your breakfast is ready in the dining room. Oh? In that case, I'll go have some food. Sorry to bother you while you were working. After saying a quick goodbye, I head downstairs. After breakfast, I return to the sitting room and come face to face with Hisui. Ah, that was good. Thanks for making such a great breakfast every morning. I bring my hands together in thanks. Preparing meals is Nissan's duty. If you wish to compliment the meal, please tell Nissan instead. Yeah, we knew this, I was trying to say, but it's alright. That's true, but your duties are really completely separate. Such as, like today, when I only slept in, I thought you might make it. Shiki-sama, are you saying the breakfast was not to your taste? Eh? Her words are so off-topic, it's troubling. Does she think I was saying I wanted her to make breakfast because the breakfast tasted so bad? Or he just thanked you. Thanked you for the breakfast. It's obviously not, right? That's not it. Even cold kawaku sans cooking is delicious. But I like it when it's warm. And it made me really happy if I got to taste your cooking, Hisui. I cannot do that. Shiki-sama, I refuse to cook for you. Her eyes suddenly take on a challenging look. Oh, I see. Yeah, I don't want to force you to do anything you don't want to do. You do so much for me already. Still silent, she faces me as if she wants to say something. What could it be? Is it something that's difficult for her to say? What's wrong, Hisui? Did I do something bad without realizing it again? Hisui shakes her head. No. She just stands there silently. Then I'll go back to my room. If you need me, please call for me. Later, I say as I start to walk out of the room. But before that, Hisui walks toward the lobby. Shiki-sama. This may be impolite, but I wanted to fulfill your request to the best of my ability. Huh? She looks directly at me. This morning I came to realize how powerless I am. Eh? 7 times. I called out 7 times, but there's no response. Is this acceptable? 7 times. the amount of time she tried to wake us up, I guess. What do you mean? I'm totally lost as to what she wants to say. She turns around. To say it candidly, I think you are very dense, Shiki-sama. Hisui disappears into the lobby with her footsteps trailing in the air. What a odd conversation. Huh? Left by myself, I blurt out stupidly. After thinking to myself for a while, I finally realized she was complaining to me. It's okay if you want to voice your complaints. I said that earlier. That was my request? Yeah, there's no mistake. Hisui was thinking about it the whole time and was waiting for me in the sitting room just to tell me. Well, that is a complaint, but... She said it, but saying dense is a little too blunt, right? I don't really want to think it, but does Hisui really hate me? I go back to my room, but I don't really have anything to do there. Thinking about what I should do next, I decide to walk around the mansion I haven't explored in 8 years. I arrive at the lobby. Come to think of it, I always get yelled at for playing in the mansion as a kid. I'm no kid anymore to play in the mansion, and my old man is also gone. I used to get so excited just walking the hallways when I was a kid, but now I don't feel anything at all. For some reason, I aimlessly wander around the mansion to confirm my childhood memories. The hallway stretches quite a long distance. When I was a child, I believed this hallway would go on forever. The mansion seemed as large as a castle, and every day I would walk a bit around the mansion and carve my name on the wall, the pillars, or the floor. It was sort of a game I would play with Atya to see who could take over the mansion. Saying that wherever I put my name became my territory, it really was just the two of us walking around the mansion and carving our names here and there. Oh, here. Still here. On the handrail by the stairs is carved the name Shiki. It was probably because of the games that my old man forbade us from playing inside the mansion. Anyway, if I look closely, I can see both my name and Atya's all over the place. The spacious mansion. While I used to think it was like a giant castle, now it almost seemed like an abandoned, haunted house. Because I've grown up since then. Atya and I were not the Atya and Shiki that we were then. I go outside. Come to think of it, most of the time we spent playing was in the garden. Since Atya was obedient to that old man, unlike me, she could only play outside for about 30 minutes a day. And still she usually just stayed behind us, watching and listening. But she would energetically run out with us and compete with us in whatever games we would play. Perhaps her personality stems from those times? She might have suppressed herself in front of that old man. But still, Atya changed too much since then. Maybe these 8 years were a longer time than I thought. I mean, it's a long time for a kid. That's like more than half her life, I think. Because we're 16, right? So more than half her life we've been away. I go to the courtyard. Outside, the walls are also inscribed with names. Shiki, Shiki, Atya, Shiki, Shiki, Atya, Shiki, 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 Shiki. It's interesting, sometimes it's all capsed. It reminds me of Care no Kaioke. Oh, is that gonna be like... Because in Care no Kaioke, there was, I think, because I haven't actually watched any of the movies past that, but I'm pretty sure, or they might have mentioned it in 2, but in the subs, like, whenever it was the boy personality, it would be, like, all caps Shiki, I think. So maybe, like, whenever we see, like, Shiki bloodlusted or whatever, that's his, like, alternative personality, if they're really going with that again. And maybe that's why he killed the kid, because he was all caps Shiki, and that's why they, in the extended flashback we saw, because it went a little farther than we saw before, they were yelling Shiki. I just kind of thought because they were yelling at him, because, yo, you just killed a kid, dude. But it might be because it was his, I don't know, murderous personality. Could be. There, throwing out some theories. The ratios are like that, and the name Shiki appeared far more times. I suppose Atya was just a girl, so she couldn't keep up with a boy. Jeez. It would have been better if I held back a bit. Cursing myself from that time doesn't change the number of my scribbles. If this was the case, I probably made Atya pretty angry, considering how much she hates losing. I see. Maybe she's taking it out on me now. I don't think that's the case. Think she's just pissed at you for current events. I'm sure she's not the kind to do that, but if she did, that's a little cute. I'm an older brother, stupid for his little sister. Yeah, I really am. That's a weird sentence, dude. But it's wholesome. Well then, with a nostalgic, peaceful feeling, I stroll through the courtyard. Hisui. As I come to the rear courtyard, I see Hisui's figure from behind. Hisui doesn't realize I'm here. What is she doing, going into the woods like that? A bit curious, I follow her from a slight distance, and where Hisui headed to seems to be a small clearing. Maybe this is like from the prologue, where he went into the woods, and he saw like his mom die or something. Or he probably killed his mom when he was all captured. Thoughts? Huh? There's a clearing in that place? Tilting my head to my side, I try to remember, but he wouldn't remember that at all, because he thinks that he got in a car crash, but we know that it was probably whatever happened in the woods. Tilting my head to the side, I try to remember, but for some reason my memory's a bit vague. In the forest of the mansion, I can see a clearing as if the trees were cut there. No, can see is not quite right. If you walked by normally, you probably never would have noticed it. If Hisui didn't walk there, hidden enough by the surrounding trees as it is, I would have never noticed, even if I lived here all my life. Was that always there? If it was, we probably played there as kids. To say the least, I don't remember ever playing with Atya in the clearing. I feel like I've never been there before. After thinking for a bit, I decided to go into the clearing. The clearing doesn't strike me as anything out of the ordinary. I don't see any signs of Hisui. What's this? It's just an empty place. I walk to the middle. It really is just an empty space. The perfectly level open ground. The deep woods enclosing the area. The voice of the cicadas. And the strong summer sunshine that feels like it could dissolve. Eh? Summer sunshine? It's winter. Ouch, I guess he's remembering. The wound on my chest starts to hurt. It's like stabbing. This pain that feels like a kitchen knife stabbing my chest. Chirp. Chirp, chirp. Chirp. Chirp, chirp. Chirp. Chirp, chirp. What is this? From somewhere I can hear the voice of cicadas. But it's autumn now. The summer sunshine bathes everything in white. Now I'm thinking, did the killing of the kid happen like at the same time as killing the mom? Like I kind of thought there were different instances, but if it all happened, that might have been the case. It just seemed weird because like Shiki walked to the area, then the killing started. So I don't know if it doesn't sound right, but it could have happened on like the same day at different times. Or I don't know. That would have been a crazy day though. Columns of summer clouds in the far sky, I can practically see the voices. At my feet, discarded shells of cicadas. Discarded shell, someone's discarded shell. My wound opens. My chest becomes painted a dark crimson, black vermilion, soaks both my hands. Someone's crouched silhouette. The approaching footsteps of a young girl. The columns of clouds in the far sky. The discarded shells of the cicadas. Then, in front of me, the crying face of Atya who is drenched in blood. Chirp, 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 chirp. Ah, voices which try to pierce my eardrums, voices of the cicadas. My chest hurts. I feel sick. My wound has healed a long time ago. Why does it hurt so much? My chest is broken. The old wound opens, blood flows forth from the opening. What is this? My wound, it hasn't healed at all. It hurts. I'm scared. This is the impulse called death. My consciousness sinks. My wound hurts. My body collapses to the earth with a large thud. Oh, I can hear voices talking. We fainted again. Classic. Always fainting. Atiya-sama, are you not going to call for a doctor? Don't be stupid, Hisui. There's no way to do that since Nisan's wound isn't normal. Atiya and Hisui are talking. This is Shiki's room. It looks like I am sleeping in the bed. I plan to say yo and get out of bed, but I can't move at all. My chest doesn't hurt anymore, but my body feels as heavy as lead. All I can move are my eyes and my mouth. Just what in the world were you trying to do, Hisui? You know not to let Shiki go near that place. PTSD, which also inflames the wound, which I'm guessing is supernatural. Or magical. Whatever. Then, if she said it's not normal. Or it's like... It's either that or it's like if you tell the doctor they're gonna ask about it, then it's gonna be like... They might dig into it or whatever, and they don't want to reveal like what actually happened. This can't be solved by apologizing. You were assigned to serve Nisan to avoid this kind of situation. So what were you doing? Completely different from her usual manner, Atiya gives full vent to her anger. In comparison, Hisui is accepting the scolding, looking down silently. I'm not sure how this all came about, but I can at least tell that Hisui is being yelled at because of me. Answer me, Hisui. What were you doing there, and where were you all day long? Hisui doesn't respond. The air grows tenser between them. Biting her lip, Atiya takes a step towards Hisui. Even I can understand that Atiya intends to hit her. Oh shit. Hisui seems to know this as well, but she just stands there with her head hung in shame, ready to receive it. Hold on, Atiya. I'm awake. Nisan, you're awake? Yep. Yeah, you're so loud I woke up. Owned. Atiya looks away uncomfortably. Hisui still keeps looking down, not even trying to look at me. You know, you shouldn't let it out on Hisui. I don't know the circumstances, but this has to do with me collapsing, right? It's not her fault. I just collapsed on my own. I strained hard and somehow managed to lift the upper half of my body off the bed. But that's all I can manage, and I don't think I can even move an inch more. But since Hisui is depressed, I have to force myself to act as fine as possible. Honestly, getting into a fight over me. Even if you look like an adult, you're still a child. But you completely fainted, Nisan. You were out for more than 10 hours. That's a big faint. That's a long-ass time. Nothing like this has happened before. If you never woke up, what would I have done? Idiot, don't say things like that. You're jinxing it. Wasn't this just anemia? Huh? It's 10 o'clock already? Yeah, you're out for 10 hours. Yes, you were unconscious since noon. She speaks hesitantly. I wasn't worried about me, but my promise to meet with Artwid in the park at 10 o'clock. Oh no, I have to go. Ati, I have to go, so I'll leave the rest to you. Don't bully Hisui, okay? Don't say such stupid things. I won't ask where you go every night, Nisan. I won't ask, so at least tonight, take it easy on your body tonight. Haha, I'm okay. This is pretty regular. When I was in middle school, I used to collapse twice a day. You know that, right, Atiya? It's different, though. That's why I'm more worried. Nisan, please listen to what I say at least just for tonight. She looked at me in the eye with a serious expression. I do as Akia says, not to push myself to see Artwid. I assume it's just two, because we are on the Artwid route. But, you know, Hatia might be spitting. I don't know if just resting's gonna change anything, though. Something's happening with us. Or at least we're unlocking some lost memories. Let's look at the walkthrough, which I forgot to pull up. Classic. 8. Oh, do as Hatia says. I was wrong. Okay, fair enough. I guess it can't be helped. I'm afraid I'll make her cry if I keep going against her. Alright, I'll go to sleep for today. Saying that, I'll lie down. Really? I mean, Artwood said she might just pop in anyways if you don't meet up with her. You're not going to sneak out of the room later? No, I get it. To tell the truth, my body feels incredibly heavy. I said we can just move our eyes and mouth, right? I don't think I could sneak outside. Thank goodness. Atea breathes out and relaxes visibly. Hisui, tell Tohaku that Nisan is awake. Nisan, what about dinner? Oh yeah. No, tell Tohaku I'm sorry, but I don't think I can eat right now. I'm just going to go to sleep. I understand. Then Hisui, tell Tohaku that. Still looking downcast, Hisui nods and leaves the room. Now then, lying in bed I start to feel sleepy again. Like this, I bet I could fall asleep in less than a minute. But before that, Akia, there's a place like that in the garden? Yes. When we were children, we used to play there often. Oh. For some reason, I don't remember it well. Yeah, I really did forget all about it. And one more thing. It's a weird question, but when we were kids, wasn't there another kid with us? Huh? She tilts her head like she doesn't understand what I'm saying. I guess not. That's a little sus, but I'm guessing she's just saying that, so... to keep us in check. Keep our mental in check. I guess the question is, who's the other kid? I kinda just assumed it was a friend, but considering the lifestyle... I don't know. I guess not. There couldn't have been another kid, but if that's true, how strange. That scene I saw in my dream, and the dream I saw in the clearing. If those two are the same, then it doesn't make sense unless there's another kid that was killed. No, it's nothing. Just talking about a dream. Is that so? Then good night, Nisan. Please rest well. Oh, new theory. But it doesn't really make sense. But what if the kid... I was gonna say, what if the kid is all cap Shitty? But why would there be two kids named Shitty? That just sounds dumb. But that would also kind of explain the different Shitty names. But... I know it sounds weird, but it sounds dumber than just the dual personality thing. Kinda. But I guess it makes a little more sense to, like, the names around. Why there's more, like, way more, like, there's a higher ratio of Shitties compared to Atya. But I feel like that also works with the dual personality, because when he just switches, he just decides, because they're both playing the game, and they're both acting as separate people. But I guess that would explain the child, but, like, what does that mean? Why would there be two people named Shitty? I don't know. But otherwise, I don't really know. We'll think about it. Let that marinate a bit. Yes, I'll do that. Okay, she said, I think I skipped her line, but good night. As soon as I answer, I fall asleep as fast as if I had passed out again. Don't wake me, Artwood. Oh, quick chapter. I was trying to do a shorter episode today because I had less time, and we did like 2-hour episodes, but this is really short. I think we'll call it though. Stopping at a chapter, I feel like should be like the max, and it's probably better than stopping in the middle of 9, which I'm not gonna. finish with my time, so sounds good to me. Interesting. We haven't done much theory crafting, so those two are good. I'm leaning more towards the dual personality, just because they did it. Well, if they did it in Terra no Kaioke, would they really do it again? But it's shitty again with Mr. Ties. Um, and the other ones doesn't really make sense to me unless I don't know. I'd have to expand on it more. Uh, but yeah, good episode. Good episode. Getting closer to the truth. I'm sure we'll find it. For Million Crimson Moon 1, though probably next episode. I feel like we're definitely going to talk to Arkuid again. Talk about vampires. I feel like I'm still kind of doubtful that that vampire had the mystic eyes and he was just aiming for, his death spots because that's just where it would kill you. But I don't know. Shitty would probably realize that, right? Because I feel like Arkuid would know if a dead apostle, when talking about the dead apostles, I forgot how much Nero said there were, like 20 or something, or maybe like less, like 12, or whatever the amount. Since she like knows about them all, but she didn't even know. Well, she knew about Nero, but she didn't know that he was the one with the beast. So I guess Arthur just doesn't know everything about the dead apostles. But anyways, we'll leave that for next episode. Thanks for watching as always, and I'll see you next time. Later.